casual dining chain. You'll notice here we're on the Enterprise tab, and so this gives them the ability to see all of their locations on a map. It also gives them each one specifically over here. But this is a nice map view that they can zero in on or zoom in or zoom out. If they had any active alerts right now, it would show up right here where it says no alerts, show up in red, and then the balloon for that facility would turn red. So again, at a glance, they could see what's the health of my facilities out there. Down here below, we're also showing a couple graphs. This top one is daily HVAC usage in minutes by facility. So again, they can look at all their facilities and kind of rank them, see how they're doing. And just by rolling your mouse over it, it'll give you all the details. So in this case, in Oak Brook, which had the most runtime minutes yesterday, had total minutes of over 4,300. Of that, 2786 was during occupancy. But they had vacancy minutes of 1527, so 35%. Now, why is that? If you look just at a glance, you look at all their other ones, they seem to be pretty much either no vacancy, right, during or no runtime minutes during vacancy, or very little. Why is this one so much? Well, I drilled into it earlier and took a look at it. Instead of having their HVAC fans set to auto, they've got them at on. So even though they've got great setbacks at night, so the compressor's never turning on, but the fan never shuts off. So that's something that their facilities manager, who I'm surprised he hadn't caught this yet, he looks at this every day, would see that and go, okay. So either they're doing that on purpose, there's a reason maybe, or he hadn't caught it yet. My point is that this lets you know there's issues, and then you can drill into them and find them. And then down here below, we're showing you the daily power usage by facility. And again, you can rank them. I've got them low to high. You can make them high to low. It doesn't matter. But by rolling your mouse over it, it'll show you what the total kWh for that facility was the day before. You can input a rate, so it'll give it to you in dollars. And then it breaks it out by occupancy energy and vacancy energy. Okay. Assuming there is vacancy. I mean, there's some businesses, not many, but there's some that are open 24/7. So that's the enterprise screen. On the dashboard screen, this is going to start drilling into a facility, or I can have them all on the dashboard. But in this case, I've highlighted Fort Worth. Gives current weather, forecast, local time. This is an energy dial, so it's showing you how much energy that facility is using right now. Okay, so almost 135 kW they're using. You'll see this, maybe hard to see, but this little 200 down here, that's been the high water mark for them for the last hour. So if it goes to 201 and within at any point, then 201 shows up. So it's whatever, so you can see what your high water mark has been. We're also giving you a 7-day energy history. So same thing, you roll your mouse over one of those days and it breaks it down for you how much energy you're using, what your vacancy percentage is. And then you can just at a glance look over here at your HVAC history and go, okay, so I had yesterday, my vacancy percentage was 11%, not bad. I wonder how much was because of HVAC. Next to nothing, right? So you can immediately rule out that. Then down here it's showing you, in this case they've got 6 controllers, so 6 of those, 6 rooftop units. Shows you what current temperature and set points are. You can make a change right from this screen if you wanted to make it warmer or cooler. Shows you what mode they're in, and they're currently all connected, so they're online. Okay? Under the HVAC Control tab, this is again going to show you all of your controllers, your set points, okay, your actual. It's also giving you your humidity, okay? And then it's telling you what mode they're in. So you can see all of these are in auto, but you'll notice, West Dining is idle, Kitchen West is cooling, Kitchen East is cooling, so you can see which ones are actively doing what. Same thing with your fan, so you can see what your fan mode is, and then, obviously if it's in auto and this one's cooling, it's on. Now you're always going to be in either an occupied schedule or a vacant schedule, but if there's an override, meaning somebody's adjusted temperature at the stat, it's going to show up right here. I don't see that they're in any override in any of these. So it says schedule. Okay. You'll notice the padlock icon. It looks like it's locked, and so that means they've got the security enabled. This is where you can set up and change your passcode. So as long as the people in that facility do not know that passcode, they're stuck to having only 3 degrees of temperature change, and they've got it lasting for 2 hours. Okay. You can make it as little as 1 or as much as 5. You can make the whole duration last for just an hour, or make it last until the next schedule change if you want to. It's really a matter of preference. We see different people doing different things. By the way, so here, you could unlock the controllers too. So if I knew I was having a technician come today to do planned maintenance or any kind of service on the unit, and I want them to be able to get into the stat and do things, I can unlock it from here. So changing mode, you change mode from here as well. Change your HVAC mode, change your fan mode. There's also, you can select on or circulate. So circulate is there's no call for heating or cooling during occupancy after a certain amount of time. Then if you've got it in circulate, the fan will come on and run for a designated period of time. EMS mode, so it defaults to comfort. If you select savings mode and you have multi-stage compressors, we've got some patent pending algorithms built into the system trying to prevent it from going into second stage, or delaying second stage, trying to pull it out of second stage a little earlier, try to save money. Okay, scheduling from here. Scheduling is very easy to do. You've got 4 different times that can be scheduled.
Sorry guys, making sure it's on phone.
So 4 different times that can be scheduled. Each day can be its own independent schedule. Within these schedules, you do mark it as either occupied or vacant. And that's how we're lumping, all of our data for you, okay? What's nice about this too is you can do global mode, right? So if you wanted to change, all of your controllers in this facility or in all facilities to off, for example, you could do that as a global mode, and bam, they'd all go to off. Same thing with schedule. So if I wanted to take that schedule we just looked at and copy and paste it to every one of these, I can do that in a global mode. A couple clicks of the mouse and you're done. I could also do that by sending it to every one of my facilities, or let's say I just have a new kitchen schedule and I just want to send that kitchen schedule to just the kitchens in all of those other locations. Same thing, a couple clicks of the mouse and you're done. Same thing with events and global events. So you can set up events as, preloaded holidays, or if you're off that day, or if you've got a big event or party room happening, something like that, you set it up for the start and stop time, and when it's over, it goes back to the schedule, but you can also copy and paste that. So some of the schools that are using our gear, they use this if they have a snow day, for example. Okay? When I move over then to the Hvac Status tab, now this is going to start getting into a lot of analytics of what's going on with the system. So this is a 24-hour graph, okay, and it's showing it for each of the, in this case I believe they have 6 controllers, okay. It's showing you inside temperature, outside temp, and then your heating and cooling set points. By rolling your mouse over any point on this graph, it's going to show you what it was. Now, to make it easier to see, sometimes, if you want, you can click off heat. Let's say we click off outside temperature, if you just want to isolate a couple things. Plus, you can also zoom in. So if you want to zoom in and be able to see it even more clearly, you can do that. But when you click on the Advanced Graph tab, now it's going to show you the same graph that we just looked at, but now it's going to bring in several other graphs that all correlate to that. So the first one, or the next graph you see here, is recording the calls for, heating, cooling, or fan. So you'll notice that at basically 11:35, yesterday morning, it came on and it went straight to stage 2, okay? And it stayed there, ran there for hours, finally cycled off at about 6:50, okay? Now, down here